Hello everybody, welcome to another video. In this video, I basically just want to introduce class constants. This video is relatively short and concise. That's because it doesn't really take very much effort to understand this. And the idea of class constants is where you basically eliminate redundancy, meaning repetitive code. For example, if you have a variable in which you keep declaring set equal to 1, 1, 1, 10, 10, 30, 30, 30, it's a good idea to always have class constants, so that way somebody reading your code know that whenever I have a value of, let's say, 1 every time, I know that's going to be my starting value. So let me go ahead and show you what I mean. So what you do is you come outside the main method and you type this. You type public static final int, then you say starting value equals 10 or equals 1. Essentially what you are now saying is you are basically just creating a variable called starting value, and then you are making it final. We'll talk about final. We'll talk about final later on the course. But the whole idea is whenever you have a variable that's final, that means its value cannot be changed later on. If you try to set its value somewhere, it will probably give you an error. But the idea is whenever a variable is final, that means its value doesn't change. So basically, whenever you have the number 1, you could just use it anywhere. In this case, I have a number 1 here. Then I have a number 1 here. And then I can go ahead and compile it and run it. And it will basically produce the exact output that I want it to produce. So yeah, that's just basically the idea of class constants. They're basically an extension of declaring variables. All you do is just make it final, because now what you're doing is you are making it available to the class. And remember how we talked about scope and how scope allows you to be able to, if the variable is not defined in the scope if the variable is not defined in the scope in which you're using it, it will give you an error like cannot find variable. But now anywhere in this class, any method, any helper method, any method that I write, or anywhere in the class, in the main method, outside the main method, wherever I want to, I can use this variable, it's not going to give me an error. And that's just basically the idea of class constants, and it helps you reduce redundancy within code. And so that way also helps you knowing that, hey, whenever I have a repeated value of 444, I can just make a class constant for that. So that way I can just reuse it. And also it helps you understand, like, oh yeah, this is the number of dogs I have, or the number of lines in the file, or the number of names that I have to work with. So that's just basically class constants. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will definitely see you in future videos. Thanks for watching.